the return of a Canadian institution. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling is back. Tell a friend. Sold out crowd shaking.
Welcome to the podcast of positivity, where history, pop culture, and mental health collide in a beautiful, chaotic symphony of syllables known as the Maurologue. It's February 6th. That means it's National Chopsticks Day. No, has nothing to do with the piano piece you learn in 2 minutes. It's all about being, well, a sushi samurai or maybe an aspiring drummer if you're still using them like tiny drumsticks at the dinner table. Today, we are celebrating these legendary utensils. And according to Maurologue researcher Wikipedia, chopsticks aren't just for eating. In ancient China, they were a sign of sophistication, a status symbol, and even a fortune-telling tool. Fast forward 3,000 years, and they're still going strong, used by over 1.5 billion people worldwide. So whether you're a chopstick champion or still doing the frustrated fork swap, give them a shot today. And hey, if your sushi roll takes a dive, just consider it a lesson in patience. Or an excuse for a second order. From dining challenges to driving challenges, let's talk about traffic lights. You see them every day. You probably curse at them when you're late. But did you know we owe the modern 3-position traffic signal to an inventor named Garrett Morgan? Picture this. It's the early 1900s. Roads are pure chaos. Cars, horse-drawn carriages, pedestrians, all doing their own thing like a real-life game of Grand Theft Auto. Morgan witnesses a brutal collision and thinks, nope, this isn't working. So, in 1923, he patents a traffic signal with a crucial all-stop phase, the forerunner to today's yellow light. Then he sells it to General Electric for $40,000, which, if you adjust for inflation, is about $733,000 today. But Morgan wasn't just fixing traffic jams. He was out here saving lives. After the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire of 1911, where 146 workers died, he realized firefighters had no protection against smoke inhalation. So he invented a breathing hood that later inspired the modern gas mask. Problem was, racism made selling it nearly impossible. So what did he do? He hired a white actor to pose as the inventor while he himself put on the mask, stepped into a tent full of toxic smoke, and casually walked out unharmed. Sales skyrocketed, and in 1916 he personally used his own invention to rescue trapped workers after an explosion under Lake Erie. February is Black History Month, and Garrett Morgan's story is just one example of Black brilliance shaping the world. Black history is American history, and it deserves to be celebrated every single day. From inventions to IKEA, the Swedes know how to build things. Sort of. A fun fact, on this day in 1943, IKEA was founded, and just like its furniture, putting the company together wasn't easy. Ingvar Kamprad probably started with an Allen wrench and a single piece of paper with vague instructions, but somehow, here we are. Well, we are now 3 sleeps away from the Kansas City Chiefs attempting to become the first team to three-peat as Super Bowl champions, while the Philadelphia Eagles look to avenge their narrow loss to the Chiefs in Super Bowl 57. But while all eyes are on the big game, Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown is making sure we also focus on mental health. At a Super Bowl press conference, he shared the most important lesson he's learned, and I quote, "Depression is real. Anxiety is real. Get things off your chest and talk to someone." Brown has openly battled depression and suicidal thoughts, and he's here today because he spoke up and found support. If you or someone you know is struggling, help is available. Call or text 988 or chat at 988lifeline.org, because You do not have to fight alone. While we're on the subject of mental health, if you needed a reason to hit up a concert, museum, or comedy show, here it is. Science says doing so just once a month can cut your risk of depression by nearly 50%. A Cambridge University study followed 2,000 adults for a decade and found that people who regularly engaged with live music, theater, or art were far less likely to suffer from depression. Why? It's the perfect mix of social interaction, mental stimulation, and that feeling of being completely lost in the moment. And the best part? It doesn't have to cost a fortune. Local gigs, free museum days, even a great street performance can do the trick. So, if you want an easy, fun way to boost your mental well being in 2025, make culture a habit. Your brain will thank you. Regarding the culture, Travis Scott just landed his fifth career #1 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 with 4x4, marking his first time back at the top in nearly 5 years. And here's the best part. Scott isn't just celebrating, he's donating. All net proceeds from 4x4 will benefit Direct Relief's California Wildfire Response Fund, proving that success hits even harder when it makes a difference. Meanwhile, fresh off 2 Grammy wins, Sabrina Carpenter just announced a deluxe version of her album Short and Sweet, dropping on Valentine's Day. And the big surprise? Dolly Parton is joining her on a remix of Please, Please, Please. Now that's a duo we didn't see coming. My fellow bipolar rock and roller Axl Rose turns 63 today, proving that some voices and iconic bandanas are truly timeless. The Guns N' Roses frontman gave us anthems like Sweet Child of Mine, Welcome to the Jungle, and November Rain, songs that still fuel air guitar sessions worldwide. So today, crank up Paradise City, throw on some leather, and celebrate one of rock's wildest frontmen. And finally, Bob Marley would have turned 80 today. You already know I'm celebrating with some marijuana and marijuana because there's no better way to honor the ganja god. Today's motivation comes from Mr. Marley himself. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. A powerful reminder from Redemption Song that breaking free from limiting beliefs is the first step to true freedom. Thank you for listening to the Maurologue. Please like, share, and subscribe. Now go and hold the door open for someone and keep fighting the good fight.